Almost 25 cars, some of the best teams in the country, and drivers who've come from all round New Zealand and beyond to take part. This 6-round one-make championship has become a must on the pathway for young racers, especially those taking aim at supercars or sports cars internationally, and its prize pool helps significantly in that regard. In keeping with Toyota and Motorsport New Zealand's push for inclusivity, there's more females racing this season, and they're here on merit, with some real talent among them. Our future stars will be able to call on those with experience too. Masters like John Penny are back for another crack, while Justin Allen has the skills and smarts. He's playing for keeps. Some like Hunter Robb, Will Exton, Tom Bewley, Saxon Sheehan and more will draw from an impressive memory bank from last season, but determined to make this their year. We welcome newcomers like Cormac Murphy, who's made the switch from two wheels, hoping to follow his brother and famous father in circuit racing, while Jackson Rooney has been seriously impressive on track and off. He could upset the established stars. And Lockie Bloxham comes over the ditch with a recent Gazoo Racing Oz Scholarship Championship win, headlining his already eye-catching CV. The new spec Toyota GR86 race car is on the horizon, so this final season with the well-sorted current-gen machine will be one to savour. Who wins? Right now, that's incredibly difficult to say. The only real certainty is a win for us as fans, as these fearless athletes get the elbows out in the pursuit of a highly sought-after national title.
Welcome to Taupo International Motorsport Park. Track length 3.3 kilometres. Fastest point of the track is the end of the long straight down into turn 12, 13 and 14. As you can see, 14 turns, a very, very hard track to get it all right. Highest action zone is turn 9, high consequence, high commitment part of the track. Certainly a spot to watch this weekend.
The road to stardom for one of 24 young drivers begins right here, right now, in challenging conditions, which you have seen since 12:30 today here at a rather wet and slippery Taupo International Motorsport Park. But as you can see, cars lined up ready to go for round one, race one of 3 this weekend. And on pole, young Thomas Bewley.
We're in the starters' hands here. It's the season opener for Toyota 86 in New Zealand. One of the strongest lineups we've seen in the history of this class. We're about to get the championship into gear for season 23. Lights come on. Bewley on that front row gets a nice start. Hunter Robb, he gets good traction in that 69. Hunter Robb's away nicely. And what about William Exton to the left of your screen? Championship's underway, but it's Robb that's got them. Here comes Bewley, big dive under brakes, trying to regain that lead.
Yeah, as they run just a little bit wide into turn 1 on their new surface, quite slippery out there, as Hunter Robb out in front, got the jump.
Brooklyn Horan's away nicely as well in that trademark black and gold entry. You can see him about 5th place at the moment. Exton, little close to the white line there. He'll be mindful of that. Can't make a blue this early in the championship. The Napa Auto Parts entry. Nice start by Justin Allen out of position 8. Looks like he's already up into P6.
Yeah, great start by him, and Brooklyn Horan as well, having a great start. He's sitting up there in 6th position at the moment, so for his first proper crack at it this season, he's really starting to come on song.
Run out of turn 11 down the long straight here at Taupo International Motorsport Park. 22 of John Penny, our Masters champion last year, coming through. This is home turf for John Penny.
Vision is a hard thing as well with these sort of conditions, with the spray coming up off the cars. You sort of look towards the back of that. We can hardly see those cars in the background, so imagine being lower down in the cars. You've got the windscreen wipers on. You're basically just looking for the headlights of the car in front to try to figure out where you are on the track.
Unbelievably difficult for our competitors. The person in the best possible place right now is Hunter Robb in car 69. Clear track ahead of him. Bewley sneaks out of the spray to try and ensure that he can get a bit of clearer vision. William Exton right there as well.
So it's a bit of a double whammy there with Tom. He's sort of moving to the left-hand side to get that vision, but then also show himself in Hunter Rob's mirrors at the same time as they go through the last corner. Very, very difficult as you come through that last corner as well, as those white lines, as we talked about before, especially the grid boxes, they're quite harsh when it rains with this track, so it does make it hard.
Dale ITM entry. Christina Orr sneaks down. Got the line covered. That's Alice Buckley running with her in the Super Cheap Auto Castrol entry, and they're going wheel to wheel, the pair of them. They've made a little bit of contact there.
Oh.
Alice goes through, I think.
Yeah, I think Christina just got caught a little bit wide there, had a bit of a slide on and just got caught offline, so unfortunately managed to lose a couple of positions there at the same time.
That's Cormac Murphy in the 81. He's chasing Alice Buckley here. Nice job in the Penny Holmes entry. And he's going to pick up potentially 2 spots here. Great driving by the youngster, the 20-year-old. Saw a window of opportunity. Can he hold on to it? Pretty loose, pretty wild through there.
And Bagras is going to go up the inside as well, follow through, not quite. You can see how slippery it is. As Cormac, sideways, managed to hang on to it. Great save there. But now look, he's just lost all that time down the straight as he's got cars going either side of him. Shows how slippery it is through there.
So this is for Hunter Rob and Tom Bewley for the race lead. So Bewley's found a little something here. These two have pulled clear of 3rd place. And Bewley's applying the pressure. William Exton in 3rd. That's a kind of a watching brief for him at the moment, just in case anything goes south between these two. Here's Christina Orr battling with Cormac Murphy. And that'll be for 13th place, I think, unless Christina's dropped a spot or 2 back. So Murphy said Bloxham is getting agitated here, trying to get by the Winger Motors entry. So Alice off to the left-hand side of your screen.
Big moment for Leach through there. Not quite flat as it normally is through there with the way the conditions are at the moment, but
Tim's holding his own here, Tim Leach, isn't he? He's doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean, huge improvement on last year.
Exactly,
he's
right.
Really stepped it up massively, and he's in that fight. It's he's to make their way back down into turn 11 here as he blocks him up the inside. Are they going to run side by side? As we can see, Murphy as well, trying to get the move on. That's good move by Cormac there to stay in. Now he's got that inside run the whole way down the straight. You see even further back, Thomas Mallard moving to the left-hand side as well. Christina Orr. It is all go.
Great battles happening in this pack here. Look at that 3 wide as they enter the final complex. Our race director, understandably, has lots of things. Oh, damage now. Murphy and Leach. So let's see if some replays here paint the picture. So, oh, wow, and around. So, Tim tried to sneak down the inside.
Yeah, I think unfortunately what happened there is Tim's got, basically he's just aquaplaned. Got to a point where the car's just aquaplaned, and you get what's called also ABS lockout in these cars, where you just go, I'm not stopping, you just press the pedal as hard as you possibly can, and it just doesn't help. You can't slow down anymore. So unfortunately Cormac just an innocent bystander, as I don't think Leach was actually trying to put a move on there. He just sort of went to show his nose, and just with how slippery it is, he's just aquaplaned, gone straight ahead, and unfortunately Cormac's just been collateral damage there.
The championship opener, the first race of the season, goes to Hunter Rob from the pole sitter Tom Bewley. Will Exton will complete your top 3. Jackson Rooney 4th, Taylor Bryant, well done to Brooklyn Horan, 6th place. That's a superb job ahead of the very experienced Justin Allen. Our Masters winner last year, John Penny, a top 10 finish in 8th.
Talk to your dad. He said you ran the race the way you planned to run it.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to be out in front by turn 1, and I mean, we sort of got lucky there. I know it's a bit unfortunate to finish on the safety car. Tom was real quick, so I think we got a bit lucky. It's not the way I wanted to win my first race, but we did it. So.
Did you start to feel some pressure from Tom in those closing stages?
Yeah, definitely. He definitely had a lot more pace towards the middle of that session. I just kept making mistakes. Couldn't stop looking at my mirrors. So. Live and you learn, would come back stronger for the next.
Mate, don't beat yourself up. You've won P1 and race 1. There's 2 races to go tomorrow. I mean, is this the perfect way for you to start your championship campaign?
Yeah, I mean, look, pole would have been better, but no, we won a race, so that's good. I'd just like to say a big thanks to Hearts Fasteners and Armour Cup Racing for Cure Kids as well. They come on board this season and they've helped me a lot, so yeah.
Welcome back. It was a wet start to the season for race one. Challenging conditions causing this crash between Tim Leach and Cormac Murphy. The race finishing under safety car. Hunter Robb taking the win. Before we launch into race two, time to meet some of the drivers as we get our game show face on now.
G'day, I'm Thomas Mallard.
Hi, I'm Cormac Murphy.
And I'm Justin Allen, and this is the Toyota 86 Drivers Quiz.
What is your favourite non-racing hobby?
Oh, probably just, doing like physics PhDs and mathematics and...
Shut up! That is awful.
No. I'll say motocross, but that is technically still racing.
Honestly, either playing with my kids or simulator.
My favourite non-racing hobby is probably watching the league with Dad. Up the wires, baby.
What was your first racing car?
Toyota Starlet. It was black. I thought it was a 5-speed. It was only a 4-speed.
The 86 Championship's going to love this one. My first race car was a Toyota 86.
Oh, there you go. Then.
So,
What is your favourite racing movie? I'm going to go first because I don't want anyone to steal my answer.
I know what you're going to say.
Cars.
Oh, Cars.
I love Cars.
Mine is Herbie. Herbie.
My favourite racing movie, Shake and Bake. Talladega Nights.
Oh, dude.
That is actually good on that.
So good. It's best movie of all time. Ricky Bobby, I'm into the fit you.
If you could race any car from history, what would it be?
I'll say Ayrton Senna's MP4C.
I'm going to choose a Kiwi car. Well, not Kiwi car, but Denny Holmes championship winning car. Cool, mate?
Yeah, I think that's
two.
Actually, I want this one. If you were a main character in a racing movie, what actor would play you in the film?
I'd love to be played by Adam Sandler. He's like my all-time favourite actor, and he's just real funny. So if he'd make me more funny, you know?
Well, George Clooney, because obviously he's the only one that can look like me.
It goes without saying, it'd be Ryan Gosling who plays me. It's just obvious.
Why?
You've not seen me.
What type of music do you listen to before a race?
Oh, maybe some Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift? Hey, there's nothing wrong with Taylor Swift. Nothing wrong with Taylor Swift, mate. Nothing wrong with Taylor Swift.
Yeah, love a bit of that.
Right now, I'd have to say I've been loving a bit of country music. Zach Bryan, Morgan Wallen. I've also been told I'm a great singer, so if you guys want any listens sometimes.
Go, sing us a tune, Thomas. Go on.
Nah.
Oh, you got to back it up.
Something in the orange tells me when I'm done. To you, I'm just a man. To me, you're all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go?
I think you chose the wrong career path, Thomas. I think
I should be a musician, shouldn't I? Does anyone have a funny or unusual nickname?
I got a nickname when I was a kid. Corn.
I reckon we will get that put on his car.
I shouldn't have brought this up. This was a big mistake.
The last question. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
I'm going to say yes for it, because I actually quite enjoy it. It's quite nice.
Only on a Hawaiian.
It's not allowed. It's not allowed. You cannot have pineapple on pizza.
This has been the 86 quiz with Corn, Jellen and Thomas Mallard. Thanks for watching.
We are hearing from Motorsport New Zealand Race Control that we may start this under safety car. So we invert the top 10 from yesterday. Congratulations. Harry Townsend will start this one from pole position in car 73. And there's a young racer beside him that you know, Andrew, and equally talented.
Yeah, Hayden Baker is next to him. He's been very, very fast in Formula Ford, and he's done a lot of miles in these cars. So every time he's out there, he's getting better and better. At Brooklyn Horan yesterday, he was the absolute standout for me. He's made massive inroads on what he was last year, so he's starting out at P5 there.
Another solid start to his championship campaign for Taylor Bryant. Jackson Rooney, who we mentioned in the story there before, qualifying in the top 4, opening the account with some very solid points. It was Hunter Robb who won the race from Tom Bewley. We had some safety car intervention. Watch for Lockie Bloxham. We've talked about what he brings to the table in terms of experience in Toyota 86 in Australia. Christina Orr, lots of miles in this category, looking for her first win. Raced hard and aggressive yesterday.
She done well to be in there. Obviously lost out a bit there. And Noel Simpson as well. First season in the championship, he's just chipping away, works very, very hard at trying to get faster and faster, so we'll see him just get better as the season goes on. And Cormac Murphy, obviously down towards the back of the field with Tim Leach with that unfortunate incident yesterday. But both cars repaired, back out on track, that's the main thing.
So lights out on the beautiful looking Supra safety car. Harry Townsend will control the field. John Penny out of grid 3. Keep an eye on him, the Masters champion. This is home turf for the Taupo local. Damp conditions here on Sunday. We're set to go racing. Race 2 of the year in Toyota 86. Townsend will lead them away.
Great start by Townsend out the front there. Even so much so he can run his normal line on the outside. As you can see, it's quite damp on the inside. Everyone cleanly away at the start. Brooklyn Horan there putting a bit of pressure on Justin Allen on the exit of turn 1.
Allen's had a nice start, hasn't he? A little wild moment there, I think, for Bewley, just with some of the standing water in parts of the track here. We just need to be a little mindful of that. Everyone tiptoeing their way through. Penny shows the nose, but not close enough to make the move. Brooklyn Horan there, that's on Jackson Rooney. Rooney ahead of him at the moment. Will Exton off to the outside of Brooklyn Horan, but this is advantage. Harry Townsend at the moment, he's pulled clear by 0.6. That's the thing, just get your head down. You've got clear track, make the most of this moment.
Absolutely, he's got to keep his eyes forward, focus on his brake markers and so on, and just run his own race.
The standing water's the key thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And in these conditions, you're obviously always a bit too wide.
Rooney, this is Jackson Rooney on Taylor Bryant. They're arguing over 6th place at the moment. Visibility at a minimum.
There's quite a lot of standing water down into the TGR hairpin as well, so it makes it a lot harder to get the car stopped at the brakes, but still side by side. See Rooney leaving Bryant room on the outside, and sometimes on that outside line it gives you a bit more of a run down the straight and towards the braking area.
There's Brooklyn's dad. Rana looking on, come on, he says. Rooney with the fastest lap of the race, a 1 minute 56.611. Now, we've got dramas here for Alice Buckley, who I think was running in the Super Cheap Auto entry just inside the top 10. So hopefully that's considered out of harm's way and we won't get a safety car. But Rooney is up to 4th. We've got to keep in mind, debut season for this youngster. Good drive, good start.
Yeah, great start by him there. And this is where it gets awkward as well. You're sort of getting battles within battles. You can see Willie Exton holding up Tom Bewley as well. So Willie's trying to do his own race to keep ahead of Tom Bewley, but at the same time, and the one who hasn't had a good start so far is Hunter Robb, who hasn't been able to make quite as many moves this early on in the piece. Because you've got to remember, the guys that you were racing in the first race are also down in that lower top 10 position. So the harder cars to pass are actually the ones earlier on. So it creates races within races and makes it very, very difficult to move forward.
You kind of took the words out of my mouth as John Penny has a little bit of a look here at the corkscrew. Very similar to you, I mean that in terms of the delivery, the level-headedness. Penny under siege here. You can see him looking in the mirror. That is because Jackson Rooney had a look through the corkscrew. So Penny again glances at the mirror. Where is he? Here comes Bewley as well. So Bewley's surged. He's now got the fastest lap of the race, a 1 minute 54.866, and moves up into 4th place. Remember, that car, the Duracell entry, came from row 5.
Yeah, he obviously found something towards the end of that first race yesterday, as we could see. Townsend out wide.
Gathers it up. Townsend gathers it up. That's awkward. The person to perhaps make the most advantage of all of that as it got awkward was actually Tom Bewley. So he's 3rd and putting pressure on John Penny now. So here comes Justin Allen. Napa Auto Parts crew look on. Their driver, Justin Allen, is in a very good place at the moment, pushing up to 5th spot. Hayden Baccaris, I think, has been passed by Tom Bewley for the race lead. So Bewley, our pole sitter yesterday, has been able, in these damp conditions with a bit of traffic, having come from row 5, clawed his way through to the race lead. Good job. The youngster from Hawke's Bay, just 16 years of age, only recently got his road licence, and he's leading this one.
Yeah, it's a huge job by him to come through the field like that, as he obviously started down with Hunter Robb, and he's just obviously been able to position the car in the right spots and gain that lead.
I think Jackson Rooney as well, we missed a pass on him. He managed to get around John Penny around the outside, and he's really making Hayden Baccaris work for it now.
Got to remember, he's a driver for the Race Lab Drivers Academy. I think he's eyeing up second place here. Hayden keeps the door closed, keeps that spot as they come through the Repco corkscrew. They're teenagers that hold the top 3 spots at the moment. A 16-year-old from a 19-year-old. Hunter Robb, who's just 17, comes from Auckland, has moved into 3rd place. The Action Motorsport rookie doing a great job. Won the season opener, and because he only made 2 appearances at events last year, he retains a rookie status as well. So that's another title or another crown that we need to keep an eye on in season 23-24. Can Bewley hang on here, or is the fast-charging Jackson Rooney going to stake a claim for a race win in his debut season of Toyota 86 competition here in New Zealand? They run down the Dale ITM back straight once again.
Jackson gets any closer here, this is where all of a sudden Tom Bewley starts getting into his mirrors. Rather than head down focusing forward, all of a sudden Tom goes, I don't have the speed, I've got to start using my mirrors. But with only 1 lap to go, all Tom needs to do here is put together a clean lap. He doesn't need to take too many risks. He's got just enough of a lead, but at the same time, in these conditions, it's easy to make inroads. So Jackson Rooney will be putting the car a little bit more on the line to try and catch up.
He had pole position for the season opener. Rooney looks like he's got out of the TGR hairpin nicely and has perhaps closed it. It would be less than 1.2. There's Johnny Mack. Only a couple of corners to go. The Repco corkscrew to come. Bewley is on course. He wowed us last season at Highlands in his debut year. He's going to add race win #1 for season 23-24 into the books. It's good for the pole sitter for the opening round, and he wins race 2 from Jackson Rooney. What a story. So some cool stories to unpack from that one as we check the results for you. And you can see that best time, that 1:52.633 for Bewley, quickest lap of the race. He takes the race win, and we believe with his performance in race 1 yesterday, should have pole for the final one of the weekend. Terrific stuff by Jackson Rooney, who won the Tony Quinn Foundation shootout in September. To think that he's finished with a 2nd place in his debut weekend, that's pretty cool.
Pole position yesterday, start P9 and get the win. How good?
That was amazing, you know, heads of passes, was good fun.
Yeah, now that was the challenge today, right? You knew what the conditions were like. Did you feel braver today?
Yeah, I felt like more, I guess, experience going into wet conditions, and I knew that I had pace, so I knew what to do.
How good does it feel to get more points on the board, but most importantly, get your first win of the season?
Yeah, awesome to get my first win of the season again. Like, stoked to coming into the last race. It's going to be a close race on time, so it's going to be good.
What a great start for Tom Bewley in tough conditions here. Race 3 coming your way right after the break. Welcome back. Final race about to start. Gee, there is some seriously talented drivers in this field. Feels like more driver coaches on the wall too, but everybody having fun despite the rain. We are set for some slipping and sliding here in the North Island Adventure Playground of Taupo.
That RDA brakes machine is Jackson Rooney, 19 years of age, from Hawke's Bay. They have changed the gearbox in that car between races 2 and 3 today. The Duraseal protection entry, that is 16-year-old Tom Bewley, goes to Havelock North High School. Behind them in the 69, that is Hunter Robb, race 1 winner of the season. We've got an unbelievable lineup here. Masters, female racers that are incredibly well credentialed, youngsters that have come out of karting, those that have been in the series for a couple of years as well, that come back this year with that wealth of experience to take aim at the title. It's about traction and getting away cleanly. I reckon Rooney's had the better jump. Bewley's dropped back a little bit. Advantage Jackson Rooney, who seems to have executed the perfect start there. Look at Penny trying to sneak down the inside. Bewley into second, tucks in behind Rooney, and around goes Justin Allen. Contact. Brooklyn Horan makes contact with Justin Allen.
Unfortunately there for Brooklyn, he just was a bit of a bystander in that one. There's a bit of contact in front of that. Oh, you can see Bewley back up the inside. he's managed to make that work.
Wow, that was going to get awkward for a moment. Here's Hunter Robb, they're banging already. Wing mirrors, it's on between the teenagers. So Bewley's been able to get through. Rooney, who got a dynamite start, is fighting, clinging here to second place. He's on the inside. If he can just hold it here, Robb runs the higher line, the wider line through there, and he'll get it. He'll get second place.
Yep, managed to make that move. And yeah, unfortunately at that start there, Justin Allen just got caught up with a car in front, and when he was sideways, unfortunately Brooklyn didn't look like he had anywhere to go and ended up finishing off the job on Justin Allen. So really unfortunate for those two.
I reckon I need to just get a bit of clarity on what I saw there, but it looks like the T-Par entry of William Exton is in 4th place. So good job, Will Exton. He's up to P4. So he avoided that skirmish with Allen and Horan. Kept clear of that, it would seem, and he's up into 4th place now. Nice work. John Penny comes through. Hayden Baccaris, Lockie Bloxham. Bloxham, the Aussie, is in 9th place with Taylor Bryant rounding out your 10. Look at the spray as they run down the Dale ITM back straight here.
Wipers going absolutely flat out as they make their way down the back straight for the first time. Hard work braking the car down into the section. He's got a bit of a lock on the steering there, and the ABS starts intervening, making things that little bit harder. As they go through that last corner there, the grid slots are actually very, very slippery as you go over the top. As let's take a look at a replay of the start here. So if you look at where Justin Allen is on the outside, so there's a little bit of contact.
Oh, 3 to 2.
3 into 2.
3 to 2.
Yeah, so unfortunately that doesn't quite work. And
so
yeah,
John Penny was right on the inside, wasn't he, on the 22? We probably need another angle to really understand.
It's a bit of a squeeze with the way that John Penny was on the inside. Brooklyn was right next to him, and then Justin obviously didn't expect 2 cars to be on the inside of that. So yeah, a bit of an unfortunate one there.
Unfortunate too. Happened at Napa turn. Here's Cormac Murphy making a move on the 50. He's energized. That's for 9th place. Good drive. So he gets up into 9th place now.
The Swifty fan, as we have found out.
Tom Bewley leading the way with fastest lap of the race, 1:57.487 by 1.3 over Hunter Robb. That actively shows you the gap between 1st and 2nd. Lights on for Jackson Rooney. Running down the back straight once again. William Exton, a little bit of a watching brief. And John Penny, good job by the master, who knows this this track, this class of racing so well. He's in a solid 5th place right now.
That's a decent lead already by Tom Bewley there as they go over the start-finish line. Lap time's 52.6, so he's gone even faster. That's a massive jump. That's 0.8 of a second. He was quicker than Hunter Robb on that last lap.
It was crazy going through Somerset Cutting the first lap, wasn't it? The car was dancing on some of the water, the standing water around the track. And I honestly thought it was a risky play, but he made it work, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I didn't think he was going to be close enough to be able to pull that move off, but he just got stuck in there. And when that confidence is high, you just seem to be able to position the car in better places and really back yourself on the passing moves you make.
Cool shots from our drone operator Joe up on high as they weave their way around into the 6th loop here. And it's got a little bit of banking on that corner. Hunter Robb's down lower this time, but he did operate or try the higher line before, and it worked for him, didn't it?
Yeah, he did manage to make it work. And as we just see, there's a bit of investigation at the moment going on with a few cars with Brooklyn Horan. That'll be that incident between Justin Allen and Brooklyn Horan. So Rowan Shepherd will be up there having a look at that, and sounds like he was pretty busy after the first race as well, as quite a few inquiries and investigations going on.
So things have spread out a little bit here. Bewley appears to have really good confidence despite how damp it is underneath. He has the quickest lap of the race so far. He leads by 2.1 seconds. I would imagine Johnny McIntyre will be keeping a lid on things down there for the team. But if you look at it, pole position, a race win, a 2nd place in race 1. He's on course to have a nigh-on perfect start to this championship.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. Just to be able to come out and be that fast is certainly the way to go. And we know he's been fast last year. And as we spoke about in the race earlier, it's just about making those bad days good days.
Yeah, exactly right. So we ride with John Penny. 5th place. We saw on the downshift before the back end stepping out. Now, the car up ahead of him is Will Exton. So he's had as we talked about a little earlier today, he's had a pretty good off-season. He's 19-year-old, second season of 86 competition. He's in that TPAR entry there. Former karting champion, was a consistent top 10 runner last year, but he's been able to already improve on his best results so far. So 2021 Kart Sport NZ National Sprint Champion. His goal for the year is a top 3 result. Bewley's best lap of the race is a 51.809. He's got 3.4 in the pocket over Hunter Robb at present. This is getting interesting, this one, isn't it? So 75 is Taylor Bryant in the MTF Finance 86. That's Bloxham starting to close in.
Tom Bewley is just so fast
Checked out, hasn't he?
at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, sideways for Taylor Bryant as they came through the 6th loop, kept the foot buried.
Yeah, 9/10 of a second is Tom Bewley's fastest time against Hunter Robb. So he has just got that car absolutely hooked up in these conditions.
There we go. There's 4th place coming through. It's a heck of a fight on for 5th. Penny's just lost it, in fact. Backrus has come past. So that's a change of position there. Cars look a little similar at first glance, don't they? But Johns has got more black and silver through its paint scheme or wrap. So he's just dropped a spot there, John Penny, down to 6th spot now.
Becker is trying to make up as much as he can after getting a post-race penalty after the last race as well. So he's just trying to make as many positions as he can to limit the damage from that penalty.
Looks like Rooney's a little closer to Hunter Robb. There's 0.8 between them last time by. So Bewley chalks up another lap. There you can see that fight for 2nd place. They've just crossed the line. But here it is, it's on between Hunter Robb and Jackson Rooney. This is helping Bewley. It's giving Bewley breathing space, but these two teenagers going at it. So Rooney trying to recover. He made a great start. Lost a couple of positions early on, but that RDA brakes entry. Now dialed in, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is really helping Tom Bewley out as well. Now that these guys are fighting even harder, it just allows Tom to check out even more. That gap out to 4 seconds now. See Hunter there just blocking that inside line, stopping Jackson Rooney from being able to get up the inside. All that extra pressure, you just don't drive the lines that you want, and that's where your lap times start suffering big time from that. As Rooney looks the inside again, shows his nose, trying to put his car in Hunter Robb's mirrors as much as he can. You can see Hunter sideways through the 86 bend there.
Jackson took out the Tony Quinn Foundation 86 shootout in September, picked up a $37,500 prize as a result of that with the Race Lab Drivers Academy this year. He's 19 years of age, a heavy transport engineer from the Hawke's Bay. Very impressive karting background, title wins in New Zealand and Australia, if memory serves.
Yeah, there's just so many opportunities now for these young guys coming through. You know, the opportunities that Toyota Racing New Zealand provide is just incredible for these young guys. And then obviously the Tony Quinn Foundation being able to allow drivers to come into this championship. Well, obviously, as we talked about multiple times, Brock Gilchrist with his opportunities as well. It's Motorsport New Zealand is just in such a great place at the moment for young talent and opportunities. We can see Hunter Robb.
That's awkward. 17-year-old goes around. Hunter Robb, our race 1 winner. How will race control view that? But let's have a little look here. So Hunter Robb to the left of your screen. Jackson Rooney down low, takes a different line.
So at that point in time, there's no overlap at the point of, oh, yep, I think Jackson's going to be in a bit of trouble for that one there. There was no overlap at the point of braking, which is something that Rowan Shepherd's very, very harsh on making sure that that's if you don't have that overlap, the responsibility is on the passing driver. So I think unfortunately there, Jackson's going to have some questions to answer after this one.
I know it's not necessarily one he'll be proud of per se, but Hunter Robb, that's replay sideways through the Somerset cutting. That was Toyota rally team type stuff, wasn't it? He tried to hang on to it and he kept the foot buried in order to turn the car around and rejoin. We'll update you We think from the timing he's back down in 8th place at the moment, so some work happening. We would think in Motorsport New Zealand race control, it gives Bewley now 9.4 seconds over Jackson Rooney. So I'd love to know what the messages on the pit wall are to Tom at the moment, because if he just sails here, just brings it home, keeps it not, he's banking still some solid lap times. Last time by, it was a 52.551.
And at least in these conditions, you don't have to worry about saving the tyres just in case there's a safety car to have more to fight with at the end. The tyres don't wear out at the same level in these conditions. So really, the message from Johnny McIntyre to him right now is basically just keep doing what you're doing, keep it safe, no mistakes, bring it home.
Jackson Rooney drive-through penalty. So Motorsport New Zealand race control have reacted here, and they've taken the decision on the fly as the race unfolds. So he'll have to serve a drive-through penalty.
So Rowan's obviously seen that pretty clear cut. It's you only issue a drive-through penalty when you are happy with your decision, and Rowan, he's made the right call there by giving that drive-through penalty. As unfortunately, it's put Hunter out of the race, and Hunter's made his way back up to 12th spot. He did drop down to 13th, and you know, unfortunately, that's the price that's going to have to be paid.
So there you go. So that will give Hayden Backer a second, William Exton third in this race, and it should promote John Penny to 4th place, but Penny's right in the thick of this battle. This is going to be an intense one to decide the final places of the podium. 10.7 seconds for Tom Bewley. Serious advantage. We ride with John Penny through turn 9, which you talked about. That's wild through there in these wet conditions. Awesome stuff. You got to feel it, experience it as you rode with Penny.
Yeah, you could just see him battling the car through there, through the puddles, bits aquaplaning through there, and it's just full on in these sort of conditions on those newer surfaces.
Great stuff. I mean, the cars move around even in the dry anyway, which we quite like, but magnified in the wet, and you saw Penny there. So here we go, down the back straight. Baccaris keeps it mid-track. That's a clever move. Exton could try a different line through the corkscrew here. Gets nice and close. If you could just keep that speed, that momentum through here. But look, they're all eyeing this up, aren't they? This is for second place in this race. Already through the Napa turn 1 is Bewley. He's out of there, well in advance.
And that's where Baccaris, he just doesn't quite have the pace now. And that's where everyone else is starting to bunch up. You see Taylor Bryant trying her on the high line through there. The reason he's doing that, he's trying to be able to hang around the outside to have the line into the Somerset cutting.
Oh, side by side behind them. Who grabbed the advantage? I reckon Lockie Bloxham got there. So Lockie Bloxham moves ahead of Taylor Bryant there. So that's for position also. Baccaris looks a little uncomfortable on the downshift. Car dances, senses an opportunity. Does Will Exton? He'll take the higher line when they go into the 6th loop. Carries great speed on the run in there.
So is Exton going to try hold around the outside there? It's going to be hard work from the Exton. He's going to hold all the way around the outside to the next corner. Thinks better of it, pulls back in behind, and now he just needs to try and work on the run through turn 9 here.
Now Exton starting to feel the pressure from John Penny. He tries to go defensive mid-track. Penny got a great run out of the TGR hairpin. Here comes Bloxham.
Bloxham managed to make it work. He got the good run on the exit. Willie Exton tried getting the inside run on Baccaris and didn't make it work. And now he's under all sorts of pressure from the cars behind.
Try not look in the mirrors, hey? Just try and focus, stitch it together cleanly, and try not worry about what's going on behind you too much.
That's the main thing there. And Baccaris now, that's where he needs to get his head down and focus forward. But meanwhile, out in front, only needs to keep his head forward is Tom Bewley, miles ahead in the Duracell Toyota 86 there.
17.7 seconds was the margin last time by. Now, admittedly, things have happened behind him, but he's also done a superb job. There's John McIntyre, very experienced racer in his own right, on the radio. Last lap board has been displayed. So Bewley just needs to bring it home. Here's the story for you so far. He had pole position for round 1, got a second in race 1, took out race 2, and now he's on course to do it here. And he set sail for this one from pole position, courtesy of his combined 2 fastest lap times, giving him pole for this race.
Yeah, it's a commanding start to his championship run at the moment. Huge lead. He's
This is a big step, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it really is. Up to 18 seconds ahead now to Hayden Baccaris.
You racers know what it's like to trade on confidence, and he'll probably be the first, given the seesaw that he had last year in points terms, to go, hey, we've still got a ways to go here. But this is a step for Tom Bewley in career terms against the quality opposition that we've got in season 23-24. To do this in the final race of the weekend, 18.6 seconds. This is mighty.
And this is exactly what this championship's about, to find the rising stars in New Zealand, and for Tom Bewley to come out with this kind of lead and to show his dominance this early on. All of a sudden, he's on the map. He is one to watch for in the future.
He's heading down the Dale ITM back straight for the final time. It looks clean, it looks tidy. Mackenzie Motorsport team will be thrilled with this. What a job he's done this weekend. Got some great guidance and mentors. Final few corners through the Repco corkscrew. Checkered flag awaits. Wow, this guy has arrived. A rookie that made a huge impression in Toyota 86 last season. It's a nigh-on perfect weekend for Tom Bewley. Congratulations, he wins the final race. Heck of a fight going on here for the miners. Hayden Baccaris is headed for second place, and I think William Exton's going to grab third. So over the line they come. In the background, Cormac Murphy fighting with Hunter Robb as well. Cormac will get home in 7th place. Good drive over Hunter Robb, recovering from that earlier contact. In fact, Cormac gets 6th according to the timing. Bloxham 8. Wow.
Something happened to Bloxham there over that last lap. He dropped right down the order, so whether or not he tried to put a move on, it didn't come off.
Okay, so this clears up what happened on the last lap. Baccaris to the inside, around the outside in the Care Vets entry goes Bloxham. He went for it. Out wide on the curbing, and the white paint, no good.
Yeah, no good. Likely to be able to save it and carry on for 8th place.
Terrific stuff, Tom Bewley. Round 1. Right, there's Dad Dwayne. I can't believe it. Well, you better believe it, because it's not just been one race. There's been lots of things that he's done this weekend that have led to this moment.
Wow. Tom Bewley, the smile says it all, but let's talk about the start. Please don't tell me you left the handbrake on.
No, I didn't even use the handbrake that time. Just like, I got one out of pits, and then I was like, oh yeah, we're on, but nah, not again.
That was a hell of a recovery, because there's, you could have really stuffed things up with that start. Just got it back. Good work.
Yeah, I saw Jackson went right at turn 2, so I made the opportunity work. Got a little tap from him on the exit, so I thought I had a bit of damage, but no, it was good.
Yeah, I mean, carnage behind you, and you win by close to 19 seconds. I mean, did it feel like a Sunday drive, or did you have to maintain that concentration we've talked about before?
No, I was just keeping concentrating, putting consistent laps in, and just, saving the gearbox stuff, because, that's probably my main part of the season.
How does it feel to get 2 out of 3 in the opening weekend of the Toyota 86 Championship?
Yeah, I'm actually stoked.
That's your podium for round 1. John Penny, the Masters, Hunter Robb, the rookie, and of course, Tom Bewley taking out the round. We'll catch you in a few weeks in Manfield.